So this is the Trusted Referral Network. We meet once a week. We are comprised of about 180 or so members, all of whom are consultants in the marketing world or small agencies, typically up to, let's say, agencies of 20 people. But there's a lot of solos in the group. And the idea is it's a trusted referral network. Build trust among your peers, learn what they do, see if there are opportunities to collaborate, subcontract, refer business, and also learn from each other because we all have expertise in different areas. And to that end, we try to have a showcase at each of the meetings. We have a showcase lined up today, but she's not here yet. So hopefully she will show up. If not, then maybe somebody can wing it at the end. It's not that critical. We have, let's see, about 17, 18 people here. So let's give it like 2 minutes for our guests. We do a 2-minute intro each. Concept is get to know these people in the group, at least get to meet them, and see who you want to connect with one-on-one. That's really where you get to know somebody, start building those relationships. A minute and a half or 2 minutes a week certainly isn't enough. But if something about them piques your interest, definitely follow up. If you grab their name, if you can't remember the name of their company or their name, you could always reach out to me and describe who it is, and I will try to conjure them up. But if you know the name of their company, you should be able to look them up by their company name in the Trusted Referral Network if they're members. So we have a couple of guests, Haim, Jeff, Stash, and Sharon. So welcome. I'm going to put in the chat the order in which people showed up, more or less. If you don't see your name there, let me know. That means I left you off by mistake, not intentionally. But we'll start with Russ, then John Parsons, then Kat, and I will put my timer on. John actually did a good thing. If you would all drop your LinkedIn into the chat, that way at the end, people can save the chat and you'll have another way to reach them. So who did I say? Russ, why don't you take it away? If everybody else could go on mute, that would be great because I'm going to put it into speaker mode so that the speaker is highlighted. Russ, you're up.
Good. Okay. Hi, I'm Russ Bruzzano. My company is RGB Design Group. I am a graphic designer, website designer. I've been doing it for 25 plus years. The type of clients I work with are anywhere from Fortune 500 down to startups and solopreneurs. I've worked through agencies and I also work directly with clients. I also write HTML for that rare occasion when you need somebody who can write HTML and CSS. I do that for some clients, but mostly I build my websites in WordPress. So if you know somebody who wants a WordPress site, I've been doing WordPress for the last 9 years. I guess that's it. I don't really have 2 minutes worth of spiel.
That's okay. Anything particularly interesting about what you're doing right now? Any interesting clients? You pulled a rabbit out of a hat recently?
I just had a client ask me to basically create a map for them of, like, they have 5 or 6 different locations in Delaware, and they wanted to have the location show up on the map, like a Google map, and then also highlight the major roads and like where the port is and where New York City is and like the major cities to the area. Just so they can show, I guess, how their proximity is to all the local throughways and whatnot. So that was kind of interesting. Interesting enough, I did an illustration many years ago. I see I have a few more seconds to go. And I looked at it, I'm talking a few years ago, I'm talking about like 15 years ago. And they never went with it. And I looked at it recently, I'm like, oh, you know what, I can do that better. So now I'm going to redo it, even though it has no purpose other than my own satisfaction. So I think that's kind of funny.
Great. And for all of those who are interested, you can see the 6-string guitars in the background there.
Yeah.
So Russ,
and quickly come to artwork too.
Oh, nice. Is that your work?
Yeah.
Wow. Multi-talented, this man.
Multi-talented.
All right. Thank you so much. I think there's the timer. Did I say it was John Parsons next? Yes, it is. John, take it away.
So, hi everybody, John Parsons. I'm with Into Ideas, and we're, as the name says, we're into ideas. We're a video marketing studio. We produce video content for all manner of marketing needs to fill the void that is the need for content. And I have a tradition at TRN of giving something away for free. This time, this is something that is not technically not free because it puts you onto our website, so kind of bait. But it's everybody knows that video is important for marketing, right? And everybody knows something about the inbound marketing funnel, the awareness, interest, desire, action funnel that everybody's done 1,000 times. But not a lot of people know what video goes to what part of the funnel. So what I've put in the chat is a link to our page with a diagram that one of my producers created on what kind of video do you consider when you're trying to raise awareness or increase desire. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it's kind of a template for what kind of video you would want to produce for your individual marketing need. And it serves our purpose because obviously we can create video at all 4 levels of the marketing funnel. And this was done in 21 before we got into interactive video. So I'm not sure how I think interactive applies at all levels. But that's what we do. And I've got 30 seconds left. If anybody has any questions. I guess not.
I just want to say that I love that you share something in each of your mini presentations. It's very good,
very generous
business and great.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, thank you guys, but it actually is inspired by the nature of this forum of people who are giving or paying it forward, and I just wanted to be part of that.
Super.
That's great.
Great way to do it.
Thank you. And by the way, John is also a ghostwriter, a very accomplished ghostwriter. If you know of anybody who needs a book written. All right. Kat, then Sam, then Leslie Lawton. Kat, you're up.
Yes. Hey, all. Well, despite the fact that I haven't had hot water in days, I am fantastic. But I run, my company is called Radical Customer Experience. And I work with companies to develop more inclusive and diverse spaces on both the employee side and the marketing side. My specialty is being trauma informed. And you may be thinking, whoa, trauma. But especially in this post-COVID world, almost every single person at this stage has experienced some form of trauma, and that comes with us to our workplace and to the marketplace in terms of how we receive messages. So that's where I work, and I will give back the rest of the time.
Wonderful. Based in New York, correct?
Indeed. Indeed.
All right. What's the story with the water? That's horrible.
Yeah.
Long story. You don't have you can't do it in 51 seconds.
I did see an old water heater outside yesterday. But that's
like,
all.
have you been showering at the gym or something?
I have cleansed myself. I wouldn't say I showered.
In the cold water. All right. We won't get into the personal side of it things. All right. Thank you so much, Kat. Sam Liebowitz.
All right. My heart goes out to you, Kat. You got to have some good friends close by that you can go over and use their shower. Sam Liebowitz, talkradio.nyc. We are an internet radio station. What is that, you might say? Well, it's kind of like a hybrid between a podcasting network and a traditional broadcast radio station. So we follow the radio station model in that we do all of our shows live. All my hosts have a weekly 1-hour slot where they do their show. And we take care of all the technology for them. There's a producer in the room with them who plays the music, the commercial breaks, is recording it. We stream the audio out live. We stream the video out live. The video now goes to all the major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And we have production assistants who will write up show notes during the show. We have our own newsletter. So we do a lot to promote the shows, and our hosts are all really good at cross-promoting and cross-pollinating between the shows. It's one of the things that makes our station very unique. So listening to any show, you're going to learn about all the other shows on the network. And we have shows on all different kinds of categories, everything from business and nonprofits to health and wellness, society and culture, personal and spiritual development. And we've had hosts now that we're working virtually, now that COVID forced us to go virtual, which was a wonderful thing. I've had hosts as far away as London, England, and Sydney, Australia, and all across the United States. So I can work with people anywhere. And I primarily work with entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, small business owners, and professionals who have a message that they just want to get out. They want to serve their audience in some way by providing information in a continuous manner. So it's a wonderful thing. Great referrals for me are coaches, consultants, speaker trainers, and new authors. Somebody who's come out with a book or is in the process of writing their first book, and they usually are looking for a platform to get the message out there and to deliver it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. By the way, there's a few people that I know that coach people on how to write a book. And then there's a woman named Stephanie Bunn something. Did I introduce you to her, Stephanie? She's a former actress and now is a speaking coach. And she runs a network that's got lots of coaches in it. Cool. So if you remind me, I will connect you to Stephanie. It's a French name that starts with B-O-N. All right. Leslie.
I wish I had a voice like Sam, because you're a great voice there.
Thank you.
I'm a copywriter and creative director. Sometimes I'm just a copywriter. Depends on the situation, whether I'm bringing a team together or not. I'm in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, where walk outside and you can take a shower. I have experience in almost all business sectors, from healthcare to hospitality to technology. And certainly sustainability is high on my list. I'm reformulating my business model to help companies tell their sustainability stories. Sustainability professionals are really up against it. There's so much complexity and jargon in this world of copywriting, so to speak. They're frustrated. They're hitting roadblocks of all kinds. I can help them step into communications that align all of their stakeholders. And stakeholders are everything from their directors, the board, to the C-suite, to their communities, their employees, certainly their customers, their supply chain. This is very important to get the word out and to get it out in a way that lands, so people really understand the urgency of the job description, sustainability director, for instance, and the urgency of really changing company business strategy. So that's what I do. That's what I specialize in. I also do just straight on copywriting for all kinds of different projects and clients. So if you hear somebody say, God, I can't get the company, I can't get everybody on board, that's a signal, and please connect me.
Thank you very much. All right. Is it warm enough to actually take a shower outside?
Oh, no, but it's very wet.
Very wet. All right. Thank you so much, Leslie. Joan Abraham, you're up. Joni, are you there? You may be on mute.
What I said is I always forget to say my name and where I am, but I'm in Detroit, Michigan, Bloomfield Hills. And I create content for social media marketing. And it's focused on entertainment. I come from the entertainment end of fashion marketing, producing shows most of my career. And now we do little vidbits that we send out once a week. If anybody would like to be on my mailing list, please leave your email address. And we create stories for clients or brands that we promote that are clients of ours. We write the stories in the voice of their target market audience. And every day you get a fresh story, and it's video, and we animate the products or the products in a very stylized environment. They're really fun. I have a great writer. We're probably going to need more writers, hopefully one of these days, so I will keep you guys abreast. But I'm very proud of our little videos, and we're trying to get them off the ground right now. We're just in the process of launching them. And
Great
that's
background. Great background. That's a new background? Relatively new?
Oh, yeah, I've had it the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Billy designed it.
Yeah, Billy
Atwell.
Yes. He's also a member. All right. Thank you so much. Sarita Jackson.
Coming.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Sarita Jackson. Did you know that last year U.S. exports to the global market reached about $3 trillion? And I think there's another.
Oh, somebody else. Leslie, can you go on mute? So I can mute her. I'll try to mute her. Hold on.
Marianne, you watch your suitcase.
There you go. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, okay. All right. But I still have enough time. Yeah, that U.S. exports to the global market reached about $3 trillion, and most of that was led by small and mid-sized companies. And when we're talking about small, mid-sized companies, these are both of goods and services. So I work with small and mid-sized companies to help them become a success story where they contribute to this export growth, U.S. export growth. And when we say a success story, by adding additional revenue and profit to their company, especially as I've seen in the last couple of years, companies where they have experienced a downturn due to what's happening in the economy. One of the current projects that I'm working on to illustrate the work that we do is with a coffee bean exporter from Cote d'Ivoire to the United States. And the three areas where I've just worked with that company is in terms of understanding the cost. Now that's from another country to the US, but understanding the whole cost associated with exporting so that a company can be fully aware of what are the financial, time, human capital costs they need to be prepared to incur as they export. Also with regard to compliance, since this is in the food beverage space, that you have a lot of regulatory issues, and then consulting to help to continue to guide that company on selling and marketing here in the United States. So I'm Sarita Jackson. Think of international trade, customized market research, and strategy.
Thank you so much, and good timing. Is most of your clientele U.S. exporting out, or foreigners exporting to the U.S.?
Mostly foreigners exporting to the U.S., foreign companies coming to the U.S.
And you've spoken with Matt Sawyer, right?
Yes. Yeah, we were on a panel together a couple of months ago. Yes.
Oh, neat. Cool. All right. Thank you. Moving along, Roger Brooks, then Jason Ciment. Roger, take it away.
Well, hi, all. Also from rainy Northern California. My gig is I'm a marketing research consultant and strategist, transitioning out of the corporate world about 2 years ago. So clients that I've worked with and that are good targets for me are smaller organizations, nonprofits, especially startups, and anybody in the wine industry who wishes to seek the opinions from a random sample of their customers or targeted non-customers with a key desire to reduce the risk in decision making. That's kind of one of the bottom lines of market research. If I can, I'm going to share.
Hold on, I got to get you can now.
Okay, there's a favorite slide that I'd like to share from workshops that I do in marketing research. And this kind of describes kind of the people that I work with. On the left side, you probably have heard of W. Edwards Deming. And without data, you're just another person with an opinion. However, if the mindset is don't find customers for your product, find products for your customers, then these are people that really are very easy to work with. They already believe in capturing the opinions of others before they make potentially costly business decisions, whether it's launching a new product. I do a lot of concept evaluation research or understanding your competitive strengths and weaknesses, especially on product or service attributes that are most important to the marketplace. So that's basically what I do.
And from what I recall, you tend to focus, you've got a strength in quantitative research, correct?
Yeah, that's a good point. I've done some focus groups, some in-depth interviews, and they're really a function of the client needs. So the research design is driven by that needs assessment, but the vast majority of my work is quantitative based. And I've done almost any kind of research, but I've never done and never will do any polls, political polls.
All right. So the fourth in a row from California, Jason Ciment.
Pretty funny. Okay, so Jason Ciment, I run an agency. It's called Get Visible. We've been around since 2005. I've been online a heck of a lot longer. I started my journey back in 96 after graduating law school. I stood in court and got sworn in and said, I don't feel like doing this right now. So I started a business, and I thought I would move to LA a couple of years later and would become an estate attorney, and everything just didn't happen that way. And I started doing search engine optimization back in 97. Google was actually my client. They bought everything in my catalog. And I found out like a year later, it was Google. They were using like a secret name with me. And in 2003, I bought the software company that was running my website. So now I own an e-commerce platform with a couple of people. And then in 2005, started the agency. And so every couple of years, we added another person. We're now up to 16 people. We just hired our last one yesterday. We do websites, search engine rankings, managing ads, social media, LinkedIn outreach, not LinkedIn outreach, LinkedIn content hacking. And bottom line is we work with people who want to fill their pipelines using digital marketing. So it's sort of like Michael Falata, but different area, because he specializes on the LinkedIn stuff. We're doing the other channels. And we're creating a new brand effort. It's called Invincible Income. So we put a force field around our clients that invests in such a way that it would make it very hard for someone to take away the revenue streams that we're building for them. No one's heard this. I'm sharing it now with the group for the first time.
Brand new. Breaking news.
Income. There you go. That's my story. So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Invincible Income. Love it.
People like it?
I like it. I like the, the INs, the two IN, the alliteration.
That always works.
Always works.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Let's see. Our next person is probably Vince with Filato Full Throttle Leads.
Yes, Victor Miranda.
Victor, I'm sorry, Victor. Victor, you got to put it in you got to change the.
I know.
I think you could do that very easily, temporarily. Whenever you're on, you could do it.
I'll have to square up with that. Yeah, sitting in from Mike Filato, the founder. I'm the director of new business, and we work with B2B top of funnel lead generation solutions. Now, oftentimes it can be challenging to capture quality leads without compromising the email domains and your LinkedIn profiles. And so we have email engineers who configure those email domains. Also make sure that those emails don't land on spam. We do an average of about maybe 150 invites per day on LinkedIn. And then as far as emails concerned, about 20 to 30,000 emails per month per client. So we're fully automated. We work very closely with our clients to make sure that the content is directed to the right people, to the right decision makers. And so, yeah, Victor Miranda with Full Throttle for a lot of leads.
Victor Miranda, right. All right. Yeah. How's Michael doing, by the way?
He's doing good. He's a little under the weather, but he's good.
All right. Cool. Thank you for joining. All right. Moving on. And you're based in Florida.
Yeah, I'm the only Florida guy so far.
Yeah, perhaps. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Let's see. Haim Ohayon, a guest. Are you with us, Haim? You may be on mute. You there?
Hi.
There you go.
It's not the first time I'm here. I mean, I was been here like 2-3 times.
You have been. Yeah. You have been.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm Haim. I'm a business and life coach. And basically, I help people to think differently, which is mean life have principle. When you think about that, life have principle. If you want to have something that you didn't have before, you need to do something that you didn't do before. There's no other way around that. Now, see what happened. Is the magic happen when you do something that you never did before? You will never fail. It's impossible to make mistake and nothing will go wrong because you do something that you don't know what you're doing. What you will get in the end is two things. You will get result, and that will give you experience. Now come the question: how does that make you feel? If it make you feel good, great. Put more time on this activity. That's another principle. Everything in life is time and activity. Now, if it's not make you feel good, it's even better because now you have something to learn. Because we resist what we don't know. So the mind have the tendency to go back to safety. When we go back to safety, we're not going forward. We're not achieving anything. So when we think different, life looks different. We just need to have the focus on a principle that what we want to do, and the door is open, the gate is open, everything is open. And when on a close look at that, all what we need is to pay attention to three things: to our belief, what the habit that's come from that, and how our imagination working, because that's the key for everything. If your imagination not working, it's challenging to do anything. That's about me.
Thank you very much. Love the map in the background.
It's a wallpaper. I love that.
It's wallpaper. Yeah, that's great. All right. Moving on. Mark Herre, then Jeff, then Stash.
Hello, everyone. Mark Herre, SEO Gain, and I provide and offer performance-based search engine optimization. And I've been offering it on websites, whoever owns one, with a 30-day test drive trial. And I get my results. So it's called performance-based search engine optimization, and I white label. And one of the things, now that you know how to connect with me, I like to connect with digital marketers. I want to experiment, Michael, if it's okay with you, everyone in this group, with this link that I'm putting in the chat right now. And maybe just share my screen.
Okay.
So here we go. What I'm sharing right now is I'm looking forward to connecting with you, obviously, on LinkedIn. And I put my LinkedIn in the chat. And I'd like to do a one-to-one. But during our 40-minute discovery call, I'd like to give 5 personal referrals to you of people who I know using this filtering tip. So everyone at the last link, go ahead and click on that URL. You'll see how I created it. Everyone's URL is going to be a little bit different. This is a unique trick. I have 821 people who are lead generators who talk about SEO. And I copied and pasted that URL right here on the screen. And I have 821 in my LinkedIn connections, but I bet you have a different number than I do because everyone's LinkedIn is different. And do any of those names that pop up at the very top look familiar to any of you? Do you know any of those people?
I get 110 results, so I guess there's overlap in 110.
So do you know any of those at that top first page in that click, Michael?
I don't know Stan or Alex. Oh yeah, the people in my click, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in your click, in your profile. I'll stop sharing my screen, but everyone's LinkedIn profile was a little bit different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When I teach you this little trick on filtering using LinkedIn, I could give you 5 people who I know a referral and introduction. And that's the purpose of what I was wanting to show. I want to give a little. Who doesn't want 5 referrals and introductions of people who I know that I can introduce you to? And using this little filtering tip. Anyway, it's something that I just wanted to experiment with. Thanks for letting me go a little over, Michael.
That's quite all right.
That, you know how to do 3-way introductions, don't you, Michael?
On LinkedIn, sure.
Yeah, see, that's how I can help you with and so Michael, we need to do a one-to-one and talk about those 110 people that you have.
Grab a time on my calendar. It's trustref.net/meet me. Meet me.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, using LinkedIn as your sort of, if you do those live sort of LinkedIn, what I call them, mashups or whatever, those are great. Jeff Vreeland, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. And thank you, everybody, for allowing me to come as a guest. I do appreciate it very much. So, what do I do? Well, I'm a photographer and a director, tabletop specialty. Let me ask you this. Does anybody know what that means? Does anybody know what a photographer, director, or the tabletop specialty is?
Product photography? Product photography?
Yeah, product. Joan, you look like you know, maybe a few other people. Yeah, product, exactly. Hence the tabletop, because we're usually working on tabletops. So why do I mention that? Well, I mention that because most time when I tell people I'm a photographer director, they immediately ask me, how's the wedding photography going? So I got to be very specific here because I want to make sure I'm not mincing words. I want to make sure we understand what we're talking about over here. So with that said, that is what I do. I create the photos and videos that manufacturers, product brands use to sell their products. I am located in northern New Jersey. I'm about, depending upon the traffic, 35 to 45 minutes west from Manhattan. Been around in the area my whole life. I've been in business now for 8 years and doing my specialty within that time. And like I said, it's just particularly working with everything from industrial manufacturers, consumer packaged good brands, and it could even be on the smaller scale. Like it could be a small startup with a budget to go out and put new marketing material out there, and they need video and photo because, you know, if you're selling something, people need to see it before they buy it. And that's where a guy like me comes in with my specialty. So that's really all I got for you. I mean, I'm Jersey Italian, so I don't shut the hell up. So I'm going to stop talking now, or else I'm not going to stop at all. But again, I just wanted to thank all of you very much for having me here, and I would love to connect with any of you if that's possible.
Use, is that added or that's native?
No, it's just the way I talk. I grew up around. I grew up around a lot of older people too. So I just have like a heavier accent sometimes. So it's just the way it is, you know.
It's that Dutch Italian Jersey. Okay.
I totally
it's a wild mix.
Italian myself.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, people are like, why do you? I'm like, what do you mean why I talk like that? Don't objectify my culture, you prick.
You dress like Tony Soprano the next time.
Hey, I'm 10 minutes from the house where they filmed.
Can you dress like the Sopranos the next time? You know, like Tony Soprano, and you do the use.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up with my tracksuit, my sauce-stained white beater, and my gold chain. Yeah, exactly.
Got to be careful. If you pretend, sometimes they draft you.
That's right. Stash Harrison, you're up.
Hey guys, how are you doing? I mean, I can't follow that, right?
Oh, please.
I'm Slash Harrison. I'm the CEO of Market Intent. It's an AI and data company helping small brands and agency grow their business and sell more. Our data is packaged in a customized dashboard target to each brand. One of the key reasons I'm here is I would like feedback on the dashboard because we have an enormous amount of data, and I'm looking to understand what should be bubble up on the homepage, what is more valuable to different customers. For example, we do things like identify your most valuable customer, where they're located, what physical store those items are sold in or their competitors. Additionally, we have pricing on all competing products in all zip code in the country from over 120,000 markets. So some of the other cool things using machine learning we do is we look at ad campaign and we analyze all your competitors' ad campaign to get an understanding of how this brand would sell against their competing brands. So an agency can use that to create a go-to-market strategy or strategy around online ads and so forth campaign. Some other fun, cool things we do, we have like movie mentions, like we've scraped tens of thousands of movie script to look at which competing brands have done brand placement. So you can understand what the bigger brands are doing, what type of movies they're in, Whether or not the brand that, you know, an agency or a startup, they may not have that kind of money to be in movies, but it's still, I thought it was fun, so it's something we built. But these are the kind of things that I would like feedback on. We have a few two startup companies and potentially a few agencies to start using us soon, and a supermarket that is coming on board to use our data.
I have somebody.
Yeah,
do you work with people who do a competitive intelligence consulting? Because I have somebody who does that.
Not yet. So the thing is, why I am looking to get as much feedback as possible is we were not targeting agencies and market chains until later this year or next year. But someone introduced me. I brought on someone as an advisor, and he's big in this industry. And he sent out an email, and the agency was like, hey, yeah, we would like to look at this data. This is because agencies don't really make a lot of money on the data. The agencies make their money on what they're good at, is interpreting data and providing strategy to brands and so forth, right? The
Right.
human aspect of that, the creativity. So, and our data is a lot cheaper than if an agency were to spend months doing this. So suddenly I am in the position of, yes, we are doing it, which we're like, damn it, we don't have enough resource to do all of this, but it's not a bad problem to have because, you know, we've packaged something here using a lot of machine learning that, to my knowledge,
we should. I have to cut you off, but we should follow up to do a one-on-one, and I'll make some introductions.
Yeah, I like this, and any feedback I can get from anyone in the group would much appreciate.
All right, David, Libby.
Michael Bendit. So I'm coming to you from San Francisco. It is raining in my background. Actually, if you don't know this area, this picture is from Fort Bragg, which used to be an old army base way back when. And this is looking to the west of the base of the Golden Gate Bridge. But anyways, enough about San Francisco. I'm actually not in the city. I'm east of the city in an area called Miranda, which it's raining so hard that I'm hearing it against the window, which is odd, but that's that. So what we do here and have done here pre-COVID since 2011 has been B2B tech marketing. We use public relations, content writing, and analyst relations to help get the word out and amplify the value prop for our B2B tech clients. One thing I've been doing lately that's been really fun is giving away advice on LinkedIn every single day. Every day at 7:30 a.m. Pacific, I've been posting posts that really delve deeply into public relations, analyst relations, content writing. And looking at your posts, John Parsons, I'm thinking, wow, I should be sharing my friends' content too. So maybe if I could share that web page, that'd be great. I'd love to do that and help you out there. Because that's another vehicle that our marketing, our B2B clients have been using. Video has been really hot. And they usually come to me and tell me they're making a video. But if I'm promoting a friend doing video, maybe they'll go to John directly and say, hey, I saw David posted about you. So yeah, that's really what it's about. That's what I've been doing, and been having a really good time working in the artificial intelligence sector lately, cybersecurity, and lots of legal tech. It's incredible. Like that whole ecosystem in legal tech is massive. Thanks so much, Michael.
Absolutely. 20 seconds left. What's the best good client for you? I guess is a tech firm. What's sort of ideal?
A good client for me would be a startup or a mid-sized technology company, any technology company that's selling to another business.
Sounds good. Mid-sized tech client company. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Getting down to the last couple of people. Faith Tomases and then Sharon Rahamanian. Faith, you're up. Faith, are you there? You may be on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
There you go. Yep.
Okay, hi, my name is Faith Tomases. I'm speaking to you from a cubbyhole phone booth in one of those share spaces in New York City. And we haven't had any riots yet today, so stay tuned. I am essentially a words person, and I do copywriting, name development, and any kind of planning that goes into that. for brand strategy. I work mostly with graphics designers, giving them skills that they don't need, but they can offer their clients and therefore offer more services. I also work directly with clients and startups and with larger agencies as a subcontractor. So my specialty is really getting to the point very quickly, which lends itself to name development. I've got a very large portfolio in name development and also web writing. So I'm looking for either agencies that need an extra brain to put on a job, particularly in a busy situation, or a very small firm that doesn't have the budget to hire a larger firm, or anyone in between. And I've got a wide range of experience, from candy and package design to financial services to racetrack betting services. So I look forward to keeping in touch with everyone.
Faith is a naming icon. And the reason she's a naming icon is because she named Icon, the parking lot company.
In New York.
In New York, for those people who don't know.
So Faith, what do you think about the new logo on NY1 this morning? We love New York, the font.
I don't think you should mess with Genius and a classic. I'm disappointed.
Thank you. The font is quite ugly, and the 3D heart made it look like 1990s.
We love New York. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they
It
have to
ain't
get
broke, don't fix it.
Sharon Rahamanian. Is that Rahamanian? Is that pronunciation?
Well, most people
Close.
in US just say Rahmanian, but yes, Rahmanian is the right way of pronouncing it. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. My name is Sharon. It's my first time joining as a guest. I'm in West LA area, lots of rain, yes, which is something we definitely need. I'm the CEO and founder of OneSource Labs. That's my company name. We specialize in user research. So anything from user experience, not so much market research as Roger does, but it's mostly testing the websites and mobile apps for, coming up with recommendations to make them easier to use and more intuitive. We conduct all different types of research. Maybe one day I'll do a presentation of the different types of research that we do. I started my own company over 8 years ago. I mainly work with larger Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, sometimes not directly. A lot of times I go through their digital advertising company of record or consulting firms. But with larger startups as well, we work directly with them as well. We conduct all types of user research for different industries. I have a lot of automotive experience, but we do a lot of tech, hospitality, e-commerce, all kinds of industries, because the principles of research and user requirements are the same. You just need to learn a little bit about the project, what the objectives are, who the users are, and one of the differentiators of what we do at my company is we go in for every single project and we customize a research plan. Whereas if you go with much larger firms, you kind of have to choose a prepackaged product that may or may not support your project objectives. I do have a small team. I don't know anything else.
That's it. You hit your 2 minutes. That's great. Thank you for coming in as a guest. I have a couple of people to introduce you to. Gary Heyman, I think I mentioned to you, who does SEO mostly for larger companies. He's also a member here, and a company that does for e-commerce. They do, I like to call it alphabet testing instead of A/B testing. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G testing. So they have, you can swap out lots of different images and things like that. You have to have the volume, of course, to make it work. All right. Did I miss anybody? All right. If I did not miss anybody, then I will set the timer for myself. My name is Michael Bendit. My core business is representing software development teams. I have about a dozen teams that I represent. My focus is sales, bringing in new business for them on a commission-only basis. So I only eat what I kill, except for the fact that after I kill it, if it brings in more business, I keep on getting to eat. So it's a relationship kind of deal. The teams that I represent have a pretty broad range of capabilities, but a lot of what we do is in the marketing world. So we do a lot of websites, we do a lot of e-commerce, we do some mobile applications, and then maybe 30% of our work is with startups, doing their first products, or taking over from an existing team that may no longer be working out for the entrepreneur or for the small company. Oftentimes it's a freelancer we're taking over from because the freelancer has disappeared or is just doesn't have the bandwidth to meet the needs of the client anymore. A lot of my business comes from relationships with marketing agencies that don't always have the bandwidth internally or the skill set internally. Like a lot of people in this group, there's many generalists out there that may not have the internal depth of experience, be it with SEO, programming, writing, naming. So yes, we do a lot of white label work as well. So great intros for me are digital marketing agencies that even if they've got a few people on staff that do programming, maybe they're overwhelmed. They have more work than they can handle, or something comes their way that they just don't have experience with. It's a different platform and they don't want to risk blowing it, yet they want to do all of the other related marketing work. So that's my time. I guess Lynn did not show up today. I'm going to switch it to gallery mode and open it up to questions, comments, whatever.
Michael, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So one of the things I've been trying to figure out is, since you're talking about commission, so one of the reasons that we've been getting some good lead is we have like a 20% commission. Someone told me that's a lot. And I'm not saying I'm changing that, but I would like to get feedback on this.
It depends on what it is. I mean, I think for products where the cost, the variable cost, the direct cost of delivery is low and fixed costs are high, you can afford to pay a high commission or referral fee like that. So software, data, things like that, and it can be a real incentive for people. I mean, my business, I'm very transparent about it. My standard commission is 20%, and that's on a labor based. So the cost of goods is very high because it's labor based. But what I do is a valuable resource in terms of bringing new business in. More than 20%, maybe you could be 25, but there are people that sell software that's give referral fees even higher. But 20% is a nice, generous, but not unreasonable referral fee. Anybody else have thoughts on that experience? Everybody's on mute. Most people are on mute. So Joni, you're on mute.
I think what Sharon does is amazing. And as an old person who is not digitally native, and somebody who taught e-commerce marketing, there are so many sites that are terrible. And do any of you know Loom?
Sure. Loom? Yeah, I think so.
I'm telling you, I was trying to practice. I could not figure out what they do is you make video messages. So that's their whole business. I know I was a little nervous when I was could not figure out how to record the video and how to delete a video. Now, that's their basic business. Loom, Sharon, go after them. If there's I mean, it's fascinating to me because seriously, there are so many huge companies and many, many retailers, except for the biggest ones, who just, they don't have old people going through their sites. Because I mean, and I'm better than most old people because I'm in the business, but you can't imagine how many sites that I just can't navigate. And it's a gold mine. I wish I could figure out how to give Sharon clients, but it should be top on your list.
Yeah.
Because it's especially when I taught e-commerce marketing, there are just so many sites that are so not intuitive at all.
Mhm. Thank you,
Uh,
John.
We're
John
trying to
Parsons, you had a comment?
Yeah, well, a couple things. Joni, we had I'm starting to get more business leads through people who tried Loom and get frustrated with it, and then they say, "Can you just help us do things and not break the bank?" It promises a lot of stuff, Loom does, but a lot of people can do bad video on it very easily, because it's just presentation software. It's like giving PowerPoint to people and hoping they'll do good work.
Right.
Maybe not. But the thing I wanted to say about Lynn Lavender, who couldn't be here for whatever reason, if you reschedule her, Michael, everybody, it's worth seeing what she has to offer. We were on the phone a couple of days ago, and we couldn't figure out whether we're competitors or collaborators, because we do interactive video, and she does a fascinating thing with online documents. So we're trying to figure out, it's probably both competitors and collaborators, which is normal for this group. But I just wanted to put a plug in for her, then if she can make the next showcase, to absolutely see what she has to offer.
Yeah, she's got a different angle. She comes from she used to sell insurance, and so
right,
and she was able to create her own persona that stood out, and that helped her a lot. So she's doing the same for other people.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions? We're near the top of the hour, but last 2 minutes. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. For those, Jeff and Stash and Sharon, who are guests, if you like what you see, then yes, Stash, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. My email is mbendit@trustref.net.
Okay, cool.
So here, now's a good time to download the chat. So open up your chat window, and on the bottom left, I think there's those 3 dots. Usually John Parsons reminds me to do this, or to say this to remind everyone.
It was Leslie's turn, Michael.
It was Leslie's turn. And then hit save chat, and that'll download it to your Zoom folder, usually under your main documents.
Yep.
So we do have people signed up for the showcase through April 12th. So we have openings starting April 18th. It's 15 minutes, and it's a great way to hone your pitch and really get people to understand what you do and really how you differentiate yourselves. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and I will see you in a little more than a week on next Wednesday morning.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Michael.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Michael.
Everybody.
Bye, everyone.